Muhammad Ali, the greatest boxer of all time. A man who defied the draft, defied the odds, and defied every expectation placed on him. But behind the chants, the headlines, and the belts was a secret. A night no one ever knew about. A letter, a life on the line, and a decision that haunted him for decades. This isn't the Ali you saw on TV. This is Ali's private diary. A confession never meant for the public. What you're about to hear is the story of the night Muhammad Ali chose not to fight and the tragic price of that silence. There is a silence that follows a punch not thrown, a silence heavier than any blow I've ever taken. And I have taken many, but this silence has echoed in me for decades. I've never told this story, not to my brother, not to Howard Bingham, not even to Veronica. It was a night like any other in the eyes of the world, but to me, it was the night I chose not to fight, and it cost a man his life. The date was February 24th, 1965, 24 hours before my rematch with Sonny Liston. To the world, I was confident, loud, the Louisville lip, always rhyming, always dancing, floating like a butterfly. But behind the bravado, there was a storm. I had received a letter, anonymous, no return address. Inside, a photo of a young man, maybe 17. Black, thin, eyes wide with what looked like fear, or was it shame? Beneath the photo, a single line typed in red ink. "He'll be dead by dawn unless you lose." I remember staring at that photo so long the corners curled in my palms. I didn't know the boy, but I recognized the background. A warehouse in Detroit I used to pass on the way to early fights. The place had been empty for years. I thought it was a prank or a threat. I called Malcolm. He told me to stay calm. "You're bigger than their games, brother," he said. But his voice trembled, and Malcolm didn't tremble easily. That night, I didn't sleep. I sent 2 men I trusted to Detroit, quiet, fast, and armed. But by the time they found the place, the warehouse was burned to the ground. The fire department said it was an accident, but no body was found, no photo, nothing. I stepped into the ring the next night with a weight no training had prepared me for. Sonny looked fierce, but I saw something hollow in his eyes, as if he knew something I didn't, as if this whole circus had been choreographed by a ghost. And then he fell. You all saw it. The phantom punch. People still ask if it was rigged. Some call it a dive. They don't understand. I pulled back. I hesitated. That punch wasn't meant to land, not like that. He went down, and I stood above him, shouting, not at him, but at fate, at the cruel theater I'd just walked into. Later that night, another letter arrived at my hotel in Lewiston. No photo this time, just a line of handwritten scrawl. He was never real, but now you are. I never found out who sent it, never knew if there truly was a boy. Maybe it was a bluff, maybe I was a pawn, or maybe I failed someone I never even had the chance to save. For years after, I'd see that face in my dreams. Not the boy's face, I never truly saw him, but the face of myself, looking in the mirror the morning after. The smile strained, the gold belt heavy in my hands. The crowd called me champion, but I felt like I'd made a bargain with something I didn't understand. Was it all a lie? Was I manipulated? Did someone test me or mock me? That's the thing about tragedy. It doesn't need to happen in public to ruin a man. It only needs to happen in his soul. I told myself again and again, I did what I had to. I had to fight. I had to win. But some nights when the room is quiet and my hands won't stop shaking, I wonder, what if I had walked away?